Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of SW Podcast series. Today, we, your hosts, Vidhi and Os from the Literature Committee, will begin things off with the guest who needs no introduction. He's the man behind the melodies, the conductor of choirs, the guardian of soundchecks, and someone who secretly makes us wish we had a better singing voice.
Please welcome Nikhil sir, our beloved music faculty and the mastermind behind Magnificat, Christ's very own symphony of joy, hope, and harmony. Now, frankly speaking, as a first year student, I'm so excited to ask and know about Magnificat. So, before we delve upon Magnificat, let's know about some backstory, shall we?
Yeah.
So, how did you start your musical journey?
Well, for me, it started around when I was in the age of five, at the age of five, and then slowly just influence from dad, because dad used to go traveling around India with a lot of bands, and being a sound engineer is what I, try to look into. And then dad's influence moved into, oh, you know what, you should try singing or you should try playing the keyboard. I hated playing the keyboard and it was an experience. But yeah, so I slowly moved into singing. So I started off as singing and then I started playing in church. And that's when it started evolving. And then I did my undergrad in music psychology and English from Central Campus. And that's when I started to, oh, you know what, why don't we try music as a career? And that's when it started to, edge into music a little more. But yeah, that's where it all started.
All right. So, Magnificat echoes joy, hope, and harmony. How do you shape the theme and ensure the choir truly embodies the emotion?
One thing that I always look into is, let's select a particular music according to what the audience would like.
Okay.
Selecting theme is majorly around Christmas, especially for Magnificat. So one is looking into Christmas. How can we embody that entire Christmas, feel?
Yeah.
And the second thing is, what is my audience going to be like? Who is my audience? And mainly when we go for Magnificat, it's college or like parents come in, and the majority of the music that I've seen people loving is orchestral or like symphonic music. And then I was like, you know what? Let's try and blend a few things where we have symphonic, where we have a little more of contemporary, jazz rock kind of a thing. And I was like, let's just put it up there. And then like I got bored of doing songs that other people have done.
So mix of all.
And then I was like, I made my own songs this time. So this year's Magnificat is going to be really special because we have our own compositions
Let's
coming
go.
up. Yes. So we have our own compositions coming up. And yeah, we're trying to basically, after all this research of what my audience is going to like, then put together something for like the own compositions. Yeah. And also adding to that is when I heard like the kind of music, that people would like, I think one major thing that I always told my choir students, okay, you know what, let's listen to the backstory of what the song is, and then let's sing it. So they don't sing notes anymore. They sing what the entire meaning is. And that brings a different kind of impact to the audience. When you sing the entire story or sing the entire meaning of the song, they truly sing it. So it's not just notes that they sing. It's more of like an emotion or a feel that they bring into it. Yeah.
Connecting to the same amalgamation of your own compositions and like you mentioned, like choosing songs with a definite background, but how do you still select the final songs for your choir pieces and what goes into creating those powerful pieces on stage?
One is, again, like I do a lot. So something that I've studied in my master's is music psychology with neuroscience, and understanding what my audience might like, what my choir students might like. At the same time, understanding the number that we have. So since our campus being the largest choir around, which is around like 390 students, 400 students, I need to make sure the songs that we select cater to that number.
Okay.
So, which means we need to go out all powerful kind
All
of a
powerful.
thing. Yeah.
All hyped up.
Yeah. And the songs that we select is on that particular lines where the entire choir, the choir enjoys it. At the same time, we are providing like a massive experience for what the audience might like. So our songs are catering towards that.
And also exhibiting those meanings on stage. Right?
Yes. So, like I said before, is like taking some time off where the choir understands the meaning of the song and then moving forward by singing it. So it's not just singing notes or like tones; they're singing the entire, the meaning of the song, which the audience can connect with.
Alright. I want to ask a question. So, like throughout the years, was there like a particular moment during the rehearsals or the final performance where you actually felt like, yes, like this is why Magnificat matters?
Well, there was one moment last year during, I think it was like very close to the final, like the central Magnificat. And I was like, you know what, 4 days prior, and I was like, you know what, nothing is coming together. How are we going to get this done? And then the very next day, when we came for practice, the students, like the student heads, section heads, they came together, and then, they spoke to the choir. They got everything done together. Couple of practices in, and they started sounding as one. So they didn't sound as individual voices. They sounded as one entire choir, and that is something that Magnificat tries to get out, where everyone enjoys what they do. And you could see that like right before Magnificat, where you thought everything was going to be a mess, and then one fine day everything comes together like a beautiful thing. And it sounds really good when everyone sings together. So that is one thing that stood out for the entire of last year.
Now we have a rapid fire round.
All right.
And it has to be rapid. The most unforgettable moment from last year's event, apart from what you mentioned.
I think I can take away the Unity Choir, where, especially in our campus, when all the students were singing, like the final song, Same God, and we had all the campus choirs there, so around 600 students just singing their hearts out, and it really created like a very big impact on the audience and especially me.
All right. And the song that got stuck in your head the most?
Well, right now it is Sing Out for Joy. It is one of our own compositions. And for the past, Sing Out the Joy. And for the past couple of weeks, I have been working on that song. And that song is right now in my head. Like, if there's any other song, that song will stand out. Yeah.
So it is a part of our Magnificat coming in.
Yes, it is.
Okay. A rehearsal moment you'll never forget.
Oh, a rehearsal moment I'll never forget. Well, there is always... So, you have 4 sections in the choir, which is sobs, soprano, alto, tenor, basses. And it's always the tenor and basses that give me a hard time every single time. And it was that one time where, all of them just came together and be like, oh, we're going to nail this part. And they actually sang it properly for the first time. And I'm like, yes, thank you. That is something that I'm looking forward to. And the entire song sounded really good. So having like those sections come together, doing their part, what they're supposed to. And then, there's no greater joy when the entire choir actually sounds like one and singing the right parts. So as a music director, I always see to it that the entire, like the piece, like the entire music, that is something going on in my mind where, this needs to sound like this needs to sound like this. And when all of that is brought to reality, is something that brings me a lot of joy. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And like apart from all the things that you mentioned before, Magnificat in one word would be?
It would be transformative. Not in the sense where, we are bringing like different kind of music, but it's the entire journey that each student, gets to know about what a choir is. And Magnificat is that one event where, when they're singing together, they get that, oh, you know what, this journey was actually something. And there's a lot of people that enjoy this process, where there are times where people will cry because there's a lot of practice going on, but it's like that emotional journey and it transformed one person from the way they were to what they are.
And also an experience that everyone receives individually, differently, as an audience, as
Exactly.
people on stage.
Yes. So it's a transformative experience that people will see.
Well, this podcast has been magical for us. Thank you so much, sir, for taking us behind the scenes of Magnificat. Its voice, magic, dedication, performance, everything. And I hope every one of our viewers have their hearts filled with Christmas spirits. This is Os and Vidhi signing off. And
Thank you so much, sir.
thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you for having me.